Hello students, very good morning. Standard 7. Today we are going to start with the next lesson, that is lesson number 10, disaster management. Students, if you remember, in the previous class we have already studied the disasters, right? The various events which takes place in our surroundings which becomes a threat to the many people's life, right? In some of the cases, it damages the human's life, animal's life, as well as it damages the properties also, right? Such events we call it as a disasters. This we have studied in the last year. Observe these pictures. These are the various events takes place in our surrounding. The first one is of earthquake. The next one is drought. Third is floods. Fourth is forest fires. Then the next one is cyclone and the last one is volcanic eruption. Students, we have suffered with such events already in the past, right? So we have observed how it is affecting to the life of humans as well as other animals also, as well as it damages the properties. Students, we heard such a news on a daily basis in the newspaper or in the news channels. Students, recently you might have heard the news that the building gets collapsed in Bhiwandi, in which some people get died. They get buried under the heaps of the building. As well as in the last month only, there was one plane crash takes place in the Kerala, in which many people get died. Even the captain, a senior pilot also get died, right? So such events are taking place in our surroundings. In such events, it damages the life and the properties, called as a disasters. So students, let us understand what is a disaster. A disaster means what? A sudden event that causes large scale damage to life, property and social aspects of a nation or society is called a disaster. So student, tell me, is it possible to prevent the loss of life in any such event like a lightning, forest fire, earthquake, tsunami, floods? Huh? Students, we have already observed that many of the people's life can be saved in such a times also. There are certain people like NDRF or some social people who are working. They are also helping in such a time, right? Due to the advanced technology nowadays, we are getting a information about the weather, that any heavy rain or a tsunami or earthquake is going to happen. So we get the information about it priorly, right? So we started taking a steps to prevent the loss of the life. So we can prevent the loss of life, but it is not possible to prevent 100% loss. There can be a chances of loss of life. Some events takes place suddenly, where we don't have any information about it. So many people get died in that situation. What should be done to prevent the bunch on farm from getting washed away in the rainy season? Students, in the rainy season, what happen? The soil gets eroded, means the soil erosion takes place easily. So what we should do? We should plant more trees, right? Students, so we are going to discuss such events in this lesson. Last year only what we have studied that there are two types of disasters, man-made disaster and a natural disaster. Now what are man-made disasters? Man-made disasters means the events which causes damage to the life or the property which takes place due to the negligence or the mistakes of the humans are called as a man-made disasters. So what are man-made disasters? Man-made disasters have an element of human intent, negligence or error involving a failure of a man-made system. And what are natural disasters, students? A natural disasters which takes place because of the certain changes in the climate, atmosphere naturally. Okay, so such a disasters are called as a natural disaster. A natural disaster is a major adverse event resulting from natural processes of the earth. Examples are floods, hurricane, tornadoes, volcanic eruptions. All these are examples of a natural disaster. Students, very often we observed the natural disasters like floods or the cyclones in India. In this year also we observed the cyclone Nisarga, in which the people who lives in the coastal area suffered a lot. Their houses got broken, their plants get damaged, so they suffered a lot in the Nisarga cyclone. Children, now let us discuss some of the man-made disasters and the natural disasters. Forest fires, terrorist attacks, nuclear explosions or the accidents, war, chemical spills, all these are man-made disasters which takes place due to the mistakes of the human or because of the human intervention, like war or the nuclear explosion, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. All these are the examples of man-made disasters. Even the terrorist attack in Mumbai also, 26/11, a huge terrorist attack takes place in which Kasab was caught. If you remember that incident, it is a example of a man-made disaster. Then the next one is natural disasters. Earthquake, floods, hurricane, tsunami, storms, lightning, volcano, all these are examples of natural disasters. These disasters takes place due to the changes, sudden or the severe changes in the climate. Students, do you know that we can prevent certain disasters? As I said, nowadays, because of the development in the technology, we can get the intimation about the changes in the weather from the weather forecasting department. So if there is a chances of heavy rain, it is informed to the government bodies and then they are intimating to the people to shift from to the other safe places or to take the necessary actions for the precaution as a precautionary measures, right? So we can prevent certain disasters while it is necessary to take precautions in the case of some other disasters, but some of the disasters we are not able to get any information. So any sudden event takes place in which we don't have any information. In that case we should start taking the uh, precautions or measures to get to save the people or to save the life of the other living things. So students, do you know that natural and man-made disasters are related to each other? For example, floods. Floods is a natural disaster. Though it is a natural disaster, sometimes due to the humans' mistakes, the situation becomes worse. Especially in the cities, you can observe that when there is a heavy rain, the situation becomes worse very quickly. Why? Because nowadays, due to the concretization and there is very less space to flow the water in through the channels, and there are very small channels left because of the some illegal constructions, and hence the water start logging into the cities. Means what? Because of the humans errors, mistakes, the situation may get worse. So what we can understand from this, that the natural and man-made disasters are related to each other. So what we have just discussed, that the natural and man-made disasters are related to each other. Natural disasters such as famine, lightning strikes, cloud burst, storms, etc. occur due to changes in the weather. There is a possibility of damage to property in such a natural calamities. Of course, students, because of the lightning strikes, storms, surely there could be a chances of the property damages. There are many people who earn money from the farming or planting some trees like mango, banana, then coconut trees in the cloudburst or lightning strike storms. These plants get buried entirely, they get destroyed. So these people cannot earn the money for their bread and butter of daily. Students, now let us study what is famine. The famine is the condition that arises due to long-term and severe scarcity of food grains and water is called as famine. Students, when the such a situation arise for a short duration, we call it as a drought, right? When the any particular place does not have a sufficient amount of food grains and water, we say that the particular place is affected by the droughts. But such a situation remains for a longer term, we call it as a famine, the condition that arises due to long term and severe scarcity. Famine, such a situation occurs in India also in the past, where people have affected a lot. There are many notable famines occurs in India. Bengal famine in 1943, then Chalisa famine in 1783, then Orissa famine of 1866, then Bihar famine 1873, Agra famine 1837. In all these events, the people who lived in that areas, in those places, suffered a lot of lack of food grains and water. Students, famines can be very severe. Although the main cause of famine is natural phenomena or a natural incident, yet a famine condition is created by some human activities besides some natural event. Students, sometimes what happen, the people who are merchandise, they are not ready to provide the food grains or water to the other people, and hence the situation becomes more worse in such a places. So it is not only because affected due to the natural events, but sometimes because of the human activities also. Now also in some of the places in Maharashtra like Vidarbha, Marathwada, there is a lack of water, means water scarcity is there, but still the people who are in the neighboring cities are not using the water in a proper way. They are not using the water in wisely, and hence we are not able to provide the water to those places. So the situation at that places becomes worse because of the human activities as well. Now let us study what are the causes of famine. Drought. Drought means uh, सूखा और अकाल भी बोलते हैं in Hindi. So drought, heavy rains and flood, crops getting washed away or damaged in the flood, environmental changes such as temperature change, storms, cold waves or fog, damage of crops by animals like mice and rats, attacks of pests, locusts or diseases of crops, a natural calamity like earthquake, etc. So students, such a incidents occur many a times due to the heavy rains. Many a times the crops are getting washed, the crops are getting damaged, especially cotton crops. We all know that many a times it happens when the cotton crops are ready for cutting, and untimely rain occurs heavily, and then the crops are getting damaged. Sometimes what happen, because of the locust attacks or the pests. Do you know that in this year we had a locust attack? We call it as a Tordhad, right? In Marathi, in the news channels, you might have heard about it, right? So this locust means what? The insects, such a particular type of insects, are attacking on a large scale on the crops. They are started eating the crops, and within a certain time period, they completely eats that crop. Such attacks are called as a locust attack. So we suffered it in this year. Due to that, what happens? The crops get damaged, and various natural calamity also occurs. Floods. Due to the floods, the crops are getting rotten. They are getting rotten. means they are not in a well condition that we are able to get the uh, but a proper amount of food grains from that. So many certain events occurs due to that the we started facing the situations of the famine. So there are various conditions are some of the causes of famine. Of this, drought is the main reason. Do you know that many a times it happened that the farmers started preparing for the farming, and then they found that there is no rain for that particular year, and they are not able to get the crops properly, and hence the entire year we suffered the scarcity or lack of that particular food grains. Man-made causes of famine include war, internal unrest, absence of transport routes, uncontrolled population growth. So these are some reasons of which are man-made, like war. Students, if there is a war takes place in between two countries, there is a great damage to the both countries. It could lead to such a situation that people will die due to the lack of food or water also, because we all know that we are uh, exporting and importing many things from the other states or other countries, right? So it will stop in such a situations. If there is a not a good friendly relation with any of the city or any of the country, we are not able to share the things which are uh, uh, harvest in that particular place. So it could lead to such a situation. Absence of transport routes, uncontrolled population growth. If the population will grow uncontrollable, what will happen? The food grains or the water which is available will not be sufficient for the people. So these are the some of the causes of famines. Now next we will see that this famines, how when these famines have taken place in our surrounding. There are records of loss of life caused by severe famines in various parts of the world. Asia has turned out to be the most famine affected continent of the world. A majority of the famines occurred in drought prone and flood affected regions. Students, in India also there are some places who always affected by the flood, and there are some places who always affected by the droughts. In Maharashtra also, as I said, Marathwada, Vidarbha, these are the places which always affected by the water scarcity. There is always a drought in that areas. And Kerala like place, Kerala, Orissa, they are always affected by the floods. So when these situations occurs continuously on that particular area for a longer time period, they are suffering from the famines. Among the most dreadful famines that have occurred in the world are the famines that affected in India and China. In these two countries, very uh, dreadful famines have already occurred in the past. Children, we have studied about the famines. So what are famines? Famines are the condition that arises due to a long-term and severe scarcity. Scarcity means when there is a shortage of water and food grains is called as a famine. But children, these famines are not new. This phenomena is a old phenomena. We are facing this issue from the olden time, from the historical times. The problems of drinking water, food and fodder for animals are facing by us from the long back, means from the historic times. Children, what is meaning of fodder? Fodder means the food which is provided to the animals for eating purpose. Especially we provide uh, dried grass, hay or the straws to the cattle. It is called as a fodder. So from the historic times, our kings tried to tackle this problem by implementing various schemes. Especially Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj implemented many schemes to overcome the famines of at their times. We have studied that in the history how Shivaji Maharaj constructed the bunds for or lakes for storing the water, as well as they store the food grains also in for the bad times for their people. So likewise, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and Shahu Maharaj implemented some other schemes to overcome the problems of famines. Their water supply and water shortage schemes are ideal even in the today's time. Children, now what we can do to overcome these problems? We can also implement certain schemes to avoid the problems of famines. So in future, if there is such a crisis, we can use the stored water and the food grains. So nowadays, the human beings have constructed dams, lakes at many places to store the water, so that water can be used for the at such a time where we are having a shortage of water. As well as in the godowns, the food grains are stored which can be used in the during the scarcity time. So we can also implemented various schemes such as rainwater harvesting, then organic farming, which can be useful for us as well as for the society in future. Children, do you know that Malik Ambar also implemented a canal scheme? Do you know what is canal? Canals are constructed to provide the water for farming purpose. So Malik Ambar implemented canals for drinking water and for farming in Aurangabad. That scheme exists even today. Children, now tell me, the problems of famines are caused by nature, but do you think that humans are also responsible for famine? Yes, though the famines means drought, heavy rains or flood or such issues are occurred due to the changes in the climate, severe changes in the climatic conditions, but because of the humans' mistakes or ignorance also, we may suffer a lot. So humans are also responsible for famine. Water shortage is increasing as the balance between rainfall and population is disturbed. Children, we all know that India is having a large population, right? And because of the shortage of rainfall, we suffer a lot of water shortage problem. Why it is happening, children? Because of the deforestation. Nowadays, a lot of deforestation takes place for the constructions of buildings. As the population is increasing, the need of constructions of houses also increased. To fulfill that, humans started cutting down the trees and started constructing the buildings over there, which leads to the less or the shortage of rainfall. So there is no balance between the rainfall and the population, and hence we may suffer from the water scarcity issue. Similarly, we may suffer from the food grains issues also, as the population is increasing nowadays. Due to the modern culture, many people are showing their interest or developing their interest towards the jobs or some other businesses. Nowadays, people are not ready to do farming, and hence what happens? The harvesting is become low as compared to the population. So we are not getting that much amount of food grains which are required. So in such a cases, we need to import the food grains from the other places. It may lead to the problem of a food grain. Children, every year we are facing the issue of scarcity of fodder for the cattle. So we need to think how we should use the natural resources for our purposes. Then, though there has been a very high rise in the production of food grains as a result of a green revolution, the balance of environment has been lost due to use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides and weedicides. Children, do you know that nowadays, because of the use of fertilizers, pesticides and weedicides means these are the chemicals which are used to destroy the unwanted grass which grows in between the crops. So these fertilizers or pesticides, pesticides are used to increase the food grains. Okay, and because of that, what happens, it is harming the quality of soil as well as food grains. Next, unlimited lifting of water. Children, as there is a lot of population increased, we need to fulfill the requirement of water, and humans started lifting the water from the ground also, right? By using bore wells or wells, humans are lifting the water from ground, which may create a more issues in the future. Erosion of land started as there is a more constructions of the building, there is no grasslands available, and hence there is a more erosion of land. Misuse of water. Children, we all know that nowadays there are many water parks or some other rides where water is misused. For many functions also water is misused. So we need to think how we should use all these resources so that we can avoid the cases or avoid the possibilities of the famine. Children, if we are responsible for the famines, what we can do to ease the severity of the famine? What we can do to solve the problems of water scarcity or food scarcity issues? Children, if we implement good schemes, we can overcome the issues of the famines. Children, we all know that water is a life. We require water. But humans are using water in a tremendous way. With the human, there are many other living things which require water for drinking. But as we all know that we are using water for industries, for domestic purpose, for the commercial purposes, there is a scarcity of water. So what we can do? Children, we need to plan the usage of water and reuse the water. Nowadays, in many societies, in many buildings, there is a water filtration plant. So in that, what is done? The used water is again recycled, it is filtered and can be used for the cleaning purpose in washrooms, and even can be given to the plants. So likewise, we can save the water by recycling it. Next, what we should do? We should do the proper planning of water conservation, harvesting at the local level. Then children, as we all know that the issue of the water scarcity started because of the deforestation. So we should start planting the trees. So there should be a large scale plantation of trees and prevention of deforestation. Not only we should plant it, we should conserve it, and we should prevent the deforestation. We should stop cutting the trees. There should be a proper planning of water conservation and harvesting at the local level. Children, in buildings also, what we can do, we can conserve the water, or we can set up the harvesting. Means water harvesting can be done even in the local level. Next thing, we can make the appropriate changes in the plants taking into account the weather forecast. Children, we know that many farmers suffered a lot due to the heavy rains, cyclones, or sometimes untimely rain. So what we can do? With the help of the weather forecasting departments, the farmers or the government bodies can make the appropriate changes in their work pattern so that there will be a less loss in the farming. So these all things we can do to ease the severity of the famine. Children, do you know that how much amount of food is wasted in the social gatherings? In India, we have a large scale weddings. Only in the India, it is done in the large scale manner, where thousands of people attended the wedding and a lot of food is getting wasted. So what we should do? We should avoid taking the extra food in the plates, and if there is a food remain, we can give it to the poor people who are not getting the enough food. So likewise, by taking a small steps, we can just tackle the issues of the hunger and even the water scarcity. Students, now we will discuss some of the disasters which are takes place in the nearby time in the India. Cloudburst. Do you know what is cloudburst? Sometimes the water coming down from the rain clouds does not reach the land in the form of rain. Instead, due to very high temperature near the land, it vaporizes and go back into the same clouds. As a result, the amount of vapor in those clouds becomes very high. Due to rapid condensation, it rains suddenly over a specific and small region at a rate of 100 mm per hour or more. This is known as a cloudburst. Children, in the cloudburst, the rain does not take place normal way. It is raining very heavily at a small place, and hence there could be a chances of landslide or even the floods. Children, the landslides takes place due to the cloudburst is very common problem. Why Children, now tell me, why shouldn't we wait at the foothill while it is raining heavily? Most of the times when it is raining heavily, what happens? Due to the water, the landslides takes place. Landslides occur in hilly areas due to cloudbursts or heavy rains. On such occasions, we should not take a shelter at the foothill. There could be a possibility of sliding the rocks or the land on the person, and person may get buried under the hips of the rocks and the soil. So we should avoid standing near the foothill of the any place in during the heavy rains or at the time of cloudburst. Children, do you know, due to the heavy rain in July 2014, the whole village of Malin in Ambegaon, Taluka of Pune district was destroyed in a matter of minutes when all the peoples were sleeping. In that time, the heavy rain started, and due to that, a landslide takes place. As this village was settled near the foothill, the entire village get buried under the heaps of soil and stones, and many people lost their lives in this incident. Children, do you know that a cloudburst occurred at Leh Ladakh on 6th of August 2010? The cloudburst that occurred in Mumbai on 26th August 2005 was extraordinary and unforgettable. On that day, it rained about 950 mm, that is 37 inches, in 8 to 10 hours, and the entire city of Mumbai was waterlogged and flooded. Children, so the flood situation occurs because of the heavy rain or the cloud burst. Now let us study about the another disaster, that is flood. Children, we have already studied in the 6th standard what is flood, what are the effects of flood, what are the causes of flood. Let us revise it once again. Now what is flood? Due to excessive rains in the same place, a river, channels overflows its banks and it causes the flood. It is a frequently occurring natural disaster in all parts of the world, especially in India, China or Asian countries. We face the issues of flood many a times, and even in India, the coastal regions like Kerala or Orissa, these places are always facing the problems of flood. Children, here you can see the video of a flood. In this you can see that the water is flowing, water is locked in the residential areas, the vehicles are flowing in this. So such a situations occur nowadays also, this year also, even last year also we face this problem of the flood. So children, similar situation occurred in Mumbai in 2005. Even today, people of Mumbai shudder at the memory of July 2005, when many people had lost their lives in the deluge caused by heavy rain. Now, what are the causes of floods? Due to excessive rainfall in one place within less time span is main reason of flooding. Even humans are responsible for the frequent floods. Because of the illegal constructions, humans have made the passage of the rivers less, and due to that what happens, many a times the rivers are getting overflow very easily. Improper management of the drainage system is also one of the reason of floods. In big cities fall short the drainage system during the heavy rains, resulting in the choking of gutters and drainage lines. Due to unplanned infrastructures in the cities, there are very less chances to flow water in the water bodies like rivers, lakes, etc. So these are some of the causes of floods. Now let's discuss what are the effects of floods. Huge loss of life and property. We have seen that many people lost their houses, their beloved ones during the flood time. But children, there are some people who are taking the risk to go in the banks of river and they lost their life. The next effect of floods is soil erosion. Due to the less covering of the grasslands, the soil erosion takes place very easily. Then the destruction of a standing crops. Due to the heavy rains, it affects the crops as well. The spreads of the diseases and epidemics affecting the health of people after flood. Children, because of the flood, there is a contamination of water and the food grains, and it leads to the spread of diseases. So these are some of the effects of floods. Now let us discuss some of the protective measures in the view of floods. So now what preventive measures we should do during the time of floods? We should construct a small dams in the mountainous region. In the mountainous region, we know that heavy rains are always there. So what we should do, if we construct a small dams in that places, a water flow will be stopped. So there are less chances of the floods. Construction of pre-collection tanks. Next, making river beds soft. Children, if we make the increase the depth of the river, if we make the beds of the river, what will happen? The water will not flow easily, and hence we can avoid the situations of the floods, as well as it will helpful for storing the water for a longer time in the river beds. Cultivation of the new forest. Yes, we all know that the plants helps for the soil erosion. If we cultivate the new forest, it will help for the erosion of the soil and connecting the rivers. Children, it happens that in some of the places there is a heavy rains, but in India, in Maharashtra also, there are some places where water scarcity issues are always there due to the less rain. So what we can do, we can connect the rivers, which will lead or help for flowing of the water, and the water will not go into the residential areas, and that water will be useful for the people who are living in the regions where less rainfall is there. Students, we have discussed some of the disasters takes place in our surrounding like cloudburst, flood. We have already studied the causes of flood, effects of floods. Then we have seen the protective measures we should take during the time of flood. Children, do you know that Government of India established the National Flood Commission in the year 1976? This commission has made special efforts towards the control of floods. They are making a plan regarding flood control, which is always kept ready for national level to village level. Large scale damage of property and loss of life can be avoided because of this plan. Children, now there are many institutes are working for avoiding the loss of lives during the time of flood. Government is taking a lot of efforts to control the effects of floods. Nowadays, because of the weather forecasting department, earlier we are getting the intimation regarding the heavy rainfall or the flood situation, and already the plans are made and many people are shifted to the safe or the secure place so that we can avoid the loss of life. Children, now we will discuss the next disaster, that is lightning. Children, you might have seen such a flashlights in the sky, especially during the monsoon season. In the month of June, July or August, you might have seen such a lightning. When the lightning strikes, with this the sound also appears at that time. Now how this lightning occurs, that you have already studied in the lesson static electricity, correct? Students, we have already studied how the lightning occur. Where air and clouds rub against each other in the sky, the upper part of some clouds on the upper side becomes positively charged and the lower side becomes negatively charged. Consider a cloud in the sky with a negatively charged base above a plain ground. When this negative charge on the bottom of the cloud becomes much larger than the charge on the ground, it starts flowing towards the ground in stages. This happens very fast in much less than the seconds, and heat, light and sound energy are produced along with the electric current, and hence a lightning occurred. Children, you have studied already this. Now, in this lesson, we will study some of the wonderful things about the lightning. Children, do you know that not all lightning strikes on the ground? In fact, near about 95% of the lightning flashes are limited up to the sky only. They doesn't reach to the ground. Only near about 5% of lightning reaches to the ground. Lightning can be generated within one cloud, between two clouds, or between a cloud and a ground also. Means the frictional force can take place between one cloud, between the two clouds, or between the cloud and the ground, and it creates a energy with a positive and a negative charges, and then the lightning can strike. About 40 lightning flashes occur per second in the atmosphere. Children, do you know that the lightning is hotter than the surface of the sun and can reach temperatures about 50,000 degree Fahrenheit. The temperature generated by lightning is higher than that of the sun. Due to this high temperature, the air under high pressure expands suddenly and a loud crashing sound is heard. Children, when we see the lightning, even we heard a sound. This sound occur due to the high temperature and the air under the high pressure expands suddenly, and because of that the loud crashing sound is occurred. Children, do you know that the lightning strikes in the open ground in maximum times? People may get died or may get suffer or get injury if they are lingering in the open ground during the time of thunders or heavy rain. So the world's mortality rate due to lightning is low. Mortality means there are very less people got died because of the lightning. However, survivors of lightning strikes suffer long term effects, but the people who got survive after the effect of lightning, they may get a long term effects due to the lightning strike. Immediate treatment of lightning affected persons can save their life. If the persons get a lightning strike, obviously because of the tremendous heat, the person may get burned. But if immediate treatment for this person will be provided, his life can be saved. A study of places struck with a lightning show that it happens more on open ground than under a tree or a near water. Mishaps have occurred most often when a person is at a high place or near a tall object. But children, do you know that most of the lightning fatalities occur in the monsoon season, like in June, July and August month, and near about 64% of lightning fatalities result from outdoor recreation. When the people are lingering outside for the outdoor activities, especially in the water or nearby the water places, they may get suffered or due to the lightning. A large portion of these are from water activities and the sports. Children, now let us discuss what precautions we should take during the time of thunderstorms. Children, if we heard a lightning strike sound or a thunderstorms, what we should do, that we are going to discuss. Always remember, if there is a heavy rain or thunderstorms in the outside area, we should not go out. We should take the shelter inside the house. But if you are at the outside, what we should do? We should not stand under the tree. Do not stand on open ground or below a tree. Do not go to a high location or climb the tree. If you are standing on the high location or if you are climbing on the tree, there are more chances of the lightning strike. Do not stand near an electric pole, a telephone pole or a tower. Children, as we all know that electric pole, telephone wires or the towers are good conductors. They are having the metal wires over there, so which can pass the currents to us. So we should not stand near the electric poles during the time of thunderstorms. Do not lean or wired fences around a farm, a compound, a garden or a house. The reason is same, as we all know that these wired fences may constructed with the help of some metals, and similar with the compound and a garden fencing also, it is made with the metals which are good conductors of heat and the electricity. So there are more chances of the striking of the lightning. Children, so what we should do when the thunder roars? We should go indoors. There are fatality rates for the lightning in which takes place most of the times at the time of a outdoor sports. So we should go inside. If you are in the school and if you are on the ground while playing, if the thunderstorm starts, immediately you should go inside the classrooms. You should seek the shelter in closed building or in the car. Children, if you are inside the car and traveling somewhere, you should close the windows. So if you are on a two-wheeler, a bicycle, a tractor or a boat, which are opened vehicles, so we should get out of the vehicle and we should go to the safe place. We should not gather all together in one place. Take care to keep a distance of 15 feet between any two persons. Children, even human beings are also carrying the positive and the negative charge. So the lightning may get attracted if there is a lot of crowds are standing together. Do not use plugged in electrical appliances. Do not use mobile or telephone. Children, always remember, when there is a thunderstorms or the lightning starts, we should remove the plugs from the boards. We should switch off the main boards. Everything should be disconnected from the boards. There are many chances of attraction of the lightning from the electric appliances. It may damage your electrical appliances also. So we should not use or plugged in the electrical appliances. Do not use a mobile or a telephones. Stand on dry wood, a plastic sheet, sack or jute cloth or dry leaves. So if you are outside and you are not getting a shelter at that time, try to find out the wood or a plastic sheet where you can stand. Why? Because these things are bad conductors of heat and the electricity, so there will be a less chances of attraction of the lightning. So always remember that if you are outside, do not take the shelter under the tree. Should not stand on the open ground. We can stand on a dry wood or a plastic sheet, or you can take the shelter in the buildings or an enclosed place. Keeping your feet together, support yourself on the soles of your feet, placing your hands on your knees and crouch low. Children, this is the position which you can sit if you are outside. If you are not finding any enclosed place or any shelter, what you can do? you can take the support of your feet, keep it together, and then place your hands on your knees and crouch. You can bend down, you can place your hands on your or downside, and then you can bend so that you can protect yourself from the lightning strike. As I already discussed that most of the fatalities takes place in the water activities, we should not go in the water for doing any activity during such a time. So swimmers or fishermen should immediately come out of the water. Again, the same reason, water is a good conductor of electricity and the heat also. So there are more chances of mortality or getting a lightning strikes on the water. The next thing is, we should take a shelter in the safe or a pakka house. Children, what is pakka house? The house which is strong enough. Uh, Nowadays we all are living in the strong houses only, but now also in the villages you can find out the houses or the huts which are made by the wooden or the straws of the grass. Such houses are not the pakka houses, which can be dangerous to live during such a time. So find out if there is a lightning conductor or any tall building near your house. Children, we have studied the concept of a lightning conductor. It helps to divert the lightning to in the ground, right? So if necessary, get a lightning conductor fitted on your house. Children, today we will discuss about one more disaster which takes place in our surrounding. Here you can see the picture which you might have seen in the news channels or some of the informative channels such as National Geographic or Discovery. So children, what it is, do you know? This is a volcano, or it is also called as a volcanic eruption. Children, do you know that a volcano is a natural disaster, or it is called as a natural event or a phenomenon? Children, do you know how the volcanic eruptions takes place? We have studied that the interior of the earth, interior means the center of the earth, is very hot, and when these hot substances moves continuously from the interior towards the surface of the earth, it creates a lot of energy, and sometimes the solid, liquid and gaseous substances below the earth crust are pushed towards the surface of the earth, and when these substances are coming out of the earth's crust in the form of eruption and starts flowing, it is called as a volcano. Children, so what happens? These hot substances which are there in the core of the earth, sometimes it moves in such a way that it comes out towards the earth surface and it gets erupted, and when this erupted, in that time solid, liquid and some gaseous substances comes out from the earth's crust which are very hot. So this process is called as a volcanic eruption, or it is called as a volcano. Children, now what are the effects of volcano? There are some good as well as bad effects of volcanic eruptions. Due to the volcanic eruption, there are many negative effects created on the living beings, such as loss of life and properties, then air pollution and even water pollution takes place, as a lot of ash, smoke, gases and some mud is added into the air and the water bodies. So it creates a pollution. Children, but there are some good things also which happens due to the volcanic eruptions or the volcano. Do you know that the chemical substances such as lava, vapor, hot mud, sulfur, etc., it get collected on the surface of the earth, and it helps to create the mountains and the hills on the earth surface. So these volcanic eruptions are helpful for creating the mountains and the hills on the earth surface. But there are many negative effects of volcano on the living things, such as the atmosphere gets polluted due to the ash and the gases ejected by the volcano. in the nearby places where the volcanic eruption takes place, lot of smoke, ash, gases are added into the surroundings, which is creating the air pollution, as well as the mud gets mixed into the water bodies, which creates the water pollution. So it is responsible for the pollution as well. Next thing, it sometimes creates a acid rain. So often it rains as a result of volcanic eruption, and this acid rain will be harmful for the living beings which are there in the nearby surroundings. As well as when the volcanic eruption takes place, lot of hot lava and some other gases are coming out from the earth crust or from the core of the earth. It rises the temperature, it increases the temperature due to the hot gases. And the last one is forest and settlements get buried under the hot mud. This is the direct effect of volcanic eruption to the nearby surroundings. As a lot of hot substances are coming out from the volcano, the forest and the settlements which are there in that area gets buried under the hot mud, and in that case many living beings can get died due to the volcano. Children, but do you know that this volcanic eruptions takes place in the sea also? It takes place on the land as well as on sea. So volcanoes erupt in the sea as they do on the land. The some substances that came out during the eruption of the volcano on the land are ejected during the eruption of a volcano in the sea. So similar substances which are coming out at the time of volcanic eruption on the land, it comes out in the sea also. And due to that, what happens on the land, it creates a hills and the some mountains. But in case of, if it takes place in the sea or in the oceans, it creates the islands. So some islands are created due to the eruption of volcanoes in the sea. It is not possible to prevent the eruption of volcano. Children, we cannot stop the volcanic eruption as it is a natural phenomenon. It happens due to the changes in the atmosphere or some climatic conditions change, or some movements takes place in the interiors of the earth. So we cannot stop it, but what we can do it, we can control the loss of lives and the properties. So what we can do with the help of this technology, with the help of science and technology, if we will get the prior intimation from the weather forecasting departments or some other departments, if they will be able to predict it in advance, we can take the steps against it to save the life of people. Students, now we will study about the another disasters which takes place in our surrounding. Students, we have studied last year about the earthquake. So how the earthquakes occur? When the movements in the interior of the earth releases tremendous amount of energy, this causes seismic waves leading to movements of the earth's surface like tremors or shaking and cracking up. This leads to the earthquake, or it is called as a earthquake. So children, what happens when the movements takes place in the interior of the earth? It creates a tremendous amount of energy which is causing a seismic waves, and this seismic waves leads to the shaking and the cracking of the surface of the earth. It is called as a earthquake. So last year we have discussed about various effects of earthquake. In the earthquake, there are destructions of infrastructures such as buildings, houses, bridges, roads can take place, as well as sometimes it changes the directions of the river flow, and it also takes the huge loss of life and the property. So children, we have studied all this in the last year, as well as we have discussed some of the events takes place in our nearby areas. Like in 1993, many people died due to the earthquake at Killary in Latur district. Similar kind of a earthquake takes place in Gujarat also. But students, have you ever thought what will happen when this earthquake and the volcanic eruption takes place in the ocean. So at that time it leads or it creates a tsunami. Now what is this tsunami that we are going to study now? So as on the land, earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur at the bottom of the sea also. How these earthquakes and the volcanic occurs on the land, similarly it occurs in the bottom of the sea. And when it occurs on the bottom of the sea, the energy releases and that energy push the water toward upward direction. So in case of a volcanic eruption, when it takes place on the land, it pushed the hot substances like lava, ash, some other chemicals towards the upward direction, means towards the surface of the earth. But when it takes place in the bottom of the sea, it releases the energy which push the water towards the upward direction, and as a result what happens, a peculiar types of waves are formed, and these waves are at the beginning it is not fast, but after certain time but they start spreading very fast to long distances. The velocity of these waves is near about 800 to 900 kilometer per hour. So it is having a lot of velocity, and when they reach to the coastal area, their velocity is reduced but their height is increased. So their height is found to have increased tremendously, even to about 30 meters. So such a huge waves are created at the coastals due to the tsunami, and such a wave generated by an earthquake or volcano occurring on the ocean floor is called a tsunami. Children, do you know how this word tsunami is given to this phenomena? This tsunami is a Japanese word which means harbor wave. The wave which has a tremendous amount of energies and the height. So these waves create tsunami. Children, like earthquake and volcano, tsunami also creates a lot of destructive effects on the life of the people and the surroundings. So in case of a tsunami, the people who are living nearby the coastal areas, coastal means near to the oceans or the sea, the people who lives near there, so their life may get into the trouble due to the tsunami. We have observed tsunami in South India in sometimes back, where many people get destroyed their houses or their lost their life. So buildings and other constructions are destroyed due to the tsunami as the water starts getting inside the residential areas. There is a large scale loss of the life and financial loss. Children, you know that many of the people who lives in the coastal area dependent on the businesses which are carried out in the oceans. Likewise, like fishing, or some people are connecting shells and the pearls. Some are having work dependent on the coconut trees, which sometimes, so from these things they are earning money. So in the case of tsunami, all these things get destructed, and it affects on the finance of those people, as well as boats and ships which are nearby the coastal area gets damaged in the time of tsunami. Trees get uprooted. Children, due to the tsunami, many trees get uprooted, trees get destroyed. There is a possibility of a landslide, and hence the people may get suffer. As I said, their life, their bread and butter is depend on the certain plants, certain trees like coconut, mango, which are available or which are found nearby the coastal areas. So due to that, it may affect their financially also. Traffic obstructions arises. Changes take place in the original land near the coast, giving rise to swamps. Sometimes the area of the water is also increases in this case, and the coast of ocean may get changed. The business or industry related to the sea are adversely affected, and normal day-to-day life is also disrupted. Not only fishing or planting trees like coconut and mango, but also there are some other small scale industries which are depend on the ocean, like salt farming. Creation of the salt is also depend upon the ocean, so it is also affected in the due to the tsunami. Large scale damage is caused to the harbors. So children, this tsunami, as it is a natural phenomenon, as it is a natural disaster, we cannot control it, we cannot stop the tsunami. But what we can do, we can take the precautionary measures. Nowadays, due to the science and technology, we can get the predictions of tsunami. We can estimate the warnings of or the process of tsunami which takes place in the bottom of the sea, and we can give the warnings or the information to the people who are living nearby the coastal areas. So when a tsunami wave is formed due to an earthquake on the sea floor, it is necessary that an immediate estimate is made of its progress and a warning of the danger is issued to the people in the coastal area. For this purpose, an artificial geostationary satellite is used. Children, now we will study about the storms. In the 6th standard, we have already studied how the storms occurred, right? So how the storms takes place in the atmosphere. The formation of high and low air pressure belts in the atmosphere causes changes in the weather, resulting in a strong winds or storms. So when there are some changes in the atmosphere, when the high and the low pressure belts are created in the atmosphere, strong winds are flowing. So it is called as the storms or the cyclone. So we have observed various cyclones and the storms. Even in this year, Nisarga cyclone takes place, right? So even last year on May 2009, extremely severe cyclonic storm Fani was the first severe cyclonic storm of 2019. It was the strongest tropical cyclone to hit the state of Odisha since the year 1999. Odisha cyclone. Children, all these cyclones are given name by that country or by that nation. So the similar type of a cyclone or storm occurred on in 2020 in the month of June, which we have observed, right? So severe cyclonic storm Nisarga was the strongest tropical cyclone to strike the Indian state of Maharashtra in the month of June since 1891. So this was the cyclone which takes place in the month of June in Maharashtra. It hits in the coastal areas like Alibag, Ratnagiri, and where it disrupted the life of many people, people by damaging their houses, by uprooting the plants which are giving their or earn which were helpful for earning the money for those people. So these storms can create a problem to the many people. Now children, what we should do? Always remember that we should regularly cut down trees or branches that are likely to fall and cause damage, especially before the monsoon season. So what will happen in case of a heavy rain or a storms? We can save such a branches to fall down on the people's house or any other living thing. So if you are outside in such a time, what we can do? We can take a shelter in a safer place. Children, do not stand near or under the tree. In such a place, we should take the shelter at such a place which is strong enough to give you shelter or which can save you. If you are away from home, inform your close relatives and friends about your exact location so that they can rescue you in case of any worst situation. If you are at home, we should switch off all the valves of the gas regulators and turn off the electric supplies. We should not use the electronic appliances during such a time, as it may attracts the lightning or if the houses gets damaged, it may pass the current to the nearby place. Make a telephone calls to warn your relatives and friends about the probable danger. Tell them to go to the safer place. If any of your relative is out of the house, you can inform them to reach to the safer place. Give temporary shelter to the people who are far away from their homes. If you found that any person is stuck in the storms or a cyclone, you can allow them to take a shelter at your home. Children, so there are certain institutes which are working to control these disasters. So United Nations established a standing international organization, UNDP, in 1965. About 177 nations from all over the world are members of the UNDP. One of the main functions of this organization is to send equipment, financial aid, and also volunteers to the place of the disaster. In addition, international medical teams and groups of other experts are also sent. So this is a institute which are working internationally, worldwide. Means there are many countries or the nations are involved in this institute. Likewise, there are certain institutes which are working nation wise, mean at the level of nation. So in our country also there are various institutes which are working during the time of disasters, which are called as a disaster management team, which provides a help and the various aids which are required during the time of disasters. Children, do you know that 13th of October is observed as an International Day for Disaster Reduction? So many people are working by helping people, though they are not getting a salary to work by helping in such a time. They are doing it just for the humanity. So there are many social workers who are helping during the time of disasters. Many Sikh communities are always at the front side to work in such a time. We have observed many people in Mumbai also, whenever such a disaster takes place, there are many people who come forward to help the other people.